Students, and all the invited guests present here today. I'm Shravani Nerella, and it is my proud privilege to host today's one day national seminar on computational innovation in science and technology, SIST 2026, organized by the departments of mathematics, physics and electronics, computer science, and applications. Today's seminar stands as a confluence of ideas, innovation, and interdisciplinary research, brings together experts from prestigious institutions across the country. To begin the inaugural session, I invite Dr. Kandula Anjaneyulu sir, Honorable Principal of our college and President of the seminar, whose visionary leadership and constant encouragement are a source of inspiration to the entire institute. I also request a faculty member, Srimati Priyadarshini ma'am, to present the sampling as a token of respect and gratitude. I now take immense pleasure in inviting our keynote speaker, Dr. E. Damodar Reddy sir, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, NIT Goa. Just, I request the senior faculty, Srimati Padmavati ma'am, to present the sapling. It is our honor request to invite our chief guest, Sir Y. Chaitanya Murali sir, Deputy Commissioner, Prohibited and Excise Department, whose presence today adds immense value and dignity to the national level academic event. I request the senior faculty, Sri Devi ma'am, to present the sapling. Miking ko తీసుకో. I now invite Sir V. Sanjeev Kumar sir, Vice Principal and Controller of Examinations. Sir, kindly grace the dais. I request the senior faculty LSBR Banu ma'am to present the sapling. I would like to invite Dr. K. Jaydev sir, convener of the seminar, who has played a pivot role in planning and organizing this academic event. Sir, please come on to the dais. I request senior faculty Ms. Sushmita ma'am to present the sapling. I now invite Dr. P. Hariram Prasad sir, IQAC coordinator, whose contributes efforts ensure quality enhancement and academic excellence. Sir, kindly please take place on your dais. I request the senior faculty, Ms. P.V. Maheshwari, ma'am, to present the sapling. I now invite Shri P. Vijay Kumar sir, academic coordinator. Sir, please grace the dais. I request our faculty member, Srimati P. Sangavi ma'am, to present the sapling. I take great pleasure in inviting Dr. M. Sureka ma'am, organizing secretary of the seminar, head of the Department of Physics and Electronics. Ma'am, please where you to kindly come on to the dais. I request a faculty member, Varlakshmi ma'am, to present the sapling. I also invite our co-conveners, Dr. Somarautu VJVA Prasad sir, lecturer in physics. I request the senior faculty, TGS Sandhya ma'am, to present the sapling. I also invite Sir R.V. Satyanarayana sir, Department of HOD Department of Computer Sciences. I request senior faculty Ms. K. Shravani Devi to present the sapling. Finally, I invite Srimati P. Jyoti ma'am, Joint Organizing Secretary, Head of the Department of Computer Applications. Ma'am, kindly come on to the dais. I request the senior faculty Ms. N. Kalpana ma'am to present the sapling. Once again, a warm welcome to all the respective dignitaries. Thank you for gracing this national seminar with your esteem. To invoke the blessings of the Almighty, let us begin this auspicious occasion with a prayer song. I request the students, Bhagyashree and Lohita, to kindly proceed. All of you, please stand up.
जय 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 प्रिय भारत जनयित्री दिव्यदात्री जय 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 प्रिय भारत जनयित्री दिव्यदात्री जय 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 शतसहस्र नर नारी हृदय नेत्री जय जय सस्यामल सुश्याम चला चेलांचला जय वसंत कुसुमलता चलित ललित चूर्ण कुंतला जय मदीय हृदयाशय लाक्षारुण पदयुगला जय मदीय हृदयाशय लाक्षारुण पदयुगला जय 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 प्रिय भारत जनयित्री दिव्यदात्री जय 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 शतसहस्र नर नारी हृदय नेत्री जय दिशान्तगत सकुन्त दिव्यगान परितोषण जय गायक वैतालिक गल विशाल पदविहरण जय मदीय मधुर गेय चुम्बित सुन्दर चरण जय मदीय मधुर गेय चुम्बित सुन्दर चरण जय 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 प्रिय भारत जनयित्री दिव्यदात्री जय 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 शत सहस्र नर नारी हृदय नेत्री जय 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 प्रिय भारत जनयित्री दिव्यदात्री जय 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 शत सहस्र नर नारी हृदय नेत्री
Thank you for the soulful rendition. Everyone, please be seated. Let us now mark the beginning of this academic gathering by the traditional lighting of the lamp, symbolizing knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. I would like to all the dignitaries to lighting the lamp, along with the principal, sir.
Thank you, sir, for illuminating the lamp. I request all the honorable to I request all the honorable members to please sit on the dais. Right. Now I invite our principal, sir, to give his opening remarks.
Good morning to all of you, and a warm welcome to all the members. Before giving my inaugural address, I will give you a few regarding the college information. So before the commencement of this one-day national seminar, what was going on here in the previous days. Just narrating that stories. గత కంప్యూటర్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ అండ్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ గత 10 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి దాదాపు ఒక 8 ఇయర్స్ నుంచి కూడా సో నేషనల్ సెమినార్స్ జరపడం అనేది కంప్యూటర్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్లో లేదు ప్రీవియస్గా. వై? బికాజ్ ద రెగ్యులర్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ మెంబర్స్ 1 or 2 మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నారు ఇప్పుడు. ప్రీవియస్గా ఓన్లీ 1 వాజ్ అలాటెడ్. సో ఫ్యాకల్టీ సఫిషియెంట్గా లేకపోయినట్లయితే ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ డిఫికల్ట్ టు ఆర్గనైజ్ ఏ నేషనల్ సెమినార్స్. మీరు చూస్తున్నారు కదా. సో మెంబర్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉండి మనకి కోఆపరేటివ్గా ఉండి చేయగలిగితే తప్ప ఒకళ్ళిద్దరు చేయలేరు. సో దట్ కంప్యూటర్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ ఇప్పటి వరకు చేయలేకపోవడానికి కారణం ఫ్యాకల్టీ సరిగా లేకపోవటమే. రెగ్యులర్ ఫ్యాకల్టీస్ లేరు. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ ఆల్సో వెరీ లెస్. అసలు రెగ్యులర్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ ఈ రోజుకి కూడా లేరు. ఈవెన్ దెన్ ద కాంట్రాక్ట్ లెక్చరర్స్ డూయింగ్ మోర్ హార్డ్ వర్క్ ఇన్ ది సెమినార్. అట్లాగే ఫిజిక్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ దేవర్ కండక్టెడ్ ఒక నేషనల్ ఆర్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ సెమినార్ ఇన్ 2022 సంథింగ్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ మళ్ళీ సైలెంట్గా ఉండిపోయినారు. సో దానికి సరైన ఇన్పుట్స్ లేకపోవటం కానీ, సపోర్ట్ లేకపోవటం, ప్రొవొకేషన్ లేకపోవటం, సో మెనీ రీజన్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ నో. బట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్, all the 3 departments along with stat okay, 3 departments, computer applications, 4 departments came forward to organize this great seminar. This is a wonderful day, and they are selecting a wonderful topic also. I appreciate all the 4 department members personally. Congratulations to all the faculty members who involved in this seminar. First remarks, and then our చైతన్య మురళి సార్ గారు మన 3-4 days బ్యాక్ కాలేజీ విజిట్ చేయడం కొరకు, అంటే కాలేజీని స్టూడెంట్స్ తోటి ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవ్వాలి, ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది జస్ట్ చూడడం కొరకే విజిట్ చేస్తూ మనకి క్యాంపస్కి వచ్చారు. వచ్చి ఈ కాలేజీలో ఎలా ఉంది ఏంటి అనేది జస్ట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. సార్ మీకు తెలిసి ఉంటుంది, డిప్యూటీ కమిషనర్ ప్రొహిబిషన్ అండ్ ఎక్సైజ్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్. అయితే ఆ టైంలో డిపార్ట్మెంట్ మేము కూడాను చీఫ్ గెస్ట్ని పిలుద్దామని వెళ్ళే టైంలోనే సార్ వచ్చారు. ఇంకా సార్ కంటే చీఫ్ గెస్ట్ ఎవరు అని సార్ని రిక్వెస్ట్ చేసాం. సార్ ఏదన్నా మీరు ఒక 1/2 hour 1 hour స్పేర్ చేయమని. సార్ వెంటనే హార్ట్ఫుల్గా యాక్సెప్ట్ చేశారు. ఐఎమ్ వెరీ థ్యాంక్ఫుల్ టు యూ సార్ ఫ్రమ్ ది కాలేజీ ఆన్. ఇట్స్ గ్రేట్ థింగ్. అట్లాగే మనకి దామోదర్ రెడ్డి గారు ఫ్రమ్ గోవా నుంచి, నేషనల్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఆఫ్ టెక్నాలజీ గోవా నుంచి సార్ ఆఫ్లైన్లో రావడం, ఇట్స్ ఆల్సో ఏ గ్రేట్ థింగ్ అండ్ ఐఎమ్ అప్రిషియేట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద కాలేజ్ ఆన్వర్డ్స్. నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకా మనకి వర్మ గారు, మీరు ఇప్పుడు కలుస్తారు మనకి. వర్మ గారు ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ నో దాట్, మన అక్నోలో ప్రొఫెసర్ గారు వస్తారు మధ్యలో. తర్వాత మనకి జేఎన్టీ నుంచి దీక్షితులు గారు బృందం వస్తున్నారు. తర్వాత ఐఐటి నుంచి అస్సాం నుండి బృందావనం గారు, సుందర్రాజు గారు ఆన్లైన్లో కలుస్తారు. మార్నింగ్ సెషన్లో ఒకళ్ళు, ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సెషన్లో ఒకళ్ళు ఆన్లైన్లో వస్తారు. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం మన జేడీ గారు కూడా ఇప్పుడు ఆన్లైన్లో కలుస్తున్నారు. సో మన సెమినార్స్ అన్నిటికీ కూడాను కమిషనర్ సార్, జేడీ సార్ గారు ఇద్దరు ఫుల్గా సపోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు. మనం ఏ సెమినార్ పెట్టినప్పటికీ ఓడీలు శాంక్షన్ చేస్తున్నారు. దట్ దే ఆర్ ఆల్వేస్ పర్సూయింగ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ హ్యాపెండ్ ఇన్ ద క్యాంపస్. మనకి త్రూ సోషల్ మీడియా వాళ్ళు ప్రతిదీ అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు ఎలా జరుగుతుందని. వీఆర్ ఆల్సో కండక్టింగ్ నేషనల్ సెమినార్స్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్ ఎవ్రీ మంత్ యాజ్ ఫర్ మై నాలెడ్జ్. నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ కూడా వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు కండక్ట్ అన్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ సెమినార్ ఇన్ ద నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ అట్ లాస్ట్ వీక్ ఆఫ్ ఫిబ్రవరి ఐ థింక్ డేట్ ఫిక్స్ అవుతుంది. సో అది ఇంటర్నేషనల్ సెమినార్. సో ఇప్పుడు ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్ అన్ని డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ కూడాను నేషనల్ సెమినార్స్ కండక్ట్ చేయడం నిజంగా గొప్ప విషయం. మీరు ఎప్పుడు గమనించుంటారు, ఏ కాలేజీలో కూడాను ఇన్ని సెమినార్స్ ఈ విధంగా జరిగి ఉండవు. ఆల్ సెమినార్స్ మనం ఎన్నైతే జరుపుకున్నాం అవన్నీ కూడా గ్రేట్ సక్సెస్ అయినాయి, చాలా బాగాను. సో ఫ్యాకల్టీ మెంబర్స్, ఆల్ ద ఫ్యాకల్టీ మెంబర్స్ ఆర్ ఇన్వాల్వ్డ్ ఇన్ ఆల్ ద యాక్టివిటీస్. దట్స్ ఎ గ్రేట్ థింగ్. అది మన యూనిటీని తెలియజేస్తుంది బయటకి. ఆ విషయంలో స్టాఫ్ అందరినీ కూడా అప్రిషియేట్ చేస్తున్నాను. పర్టికులర్గా ఎవరైతే ఈ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ అన్ని సెమినార్లు జరిగినాయి సార్, ఆల్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ ఆర్ ఇన్వాల్వ్డ్ ఇన్, దే ఆర్ కండక్టింగ్ మెనీ మోర్ సెమినార్స్ అండ్ వాళ్ళు పర్సనల్లీ ఇన్వాల్వ్డ్ ఇన్ ఆల్ ద యాక్టివిటీస్. సో అందువల్ల మాకు మంచి బలమైన స్ట్రాంగ్ టీం ఉన్నది. a unity that has been continued forever. Okay, thank you. సో ఈ విషయంలో ఇన్వాల్వ్ అయిన అందరికీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ అందరికీ మళ్ళీ మర్చిపోకుండా కాలేజీ తరపు నుంచి మీ అందరికీ స్పెషల్గా థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్తున్నాను. సో నెక్స్ట్ రాబోయే నెక్స్ట్ మంత్లో కూడా ఇంకా 1 or 2 సెమినార్స్ ఉన్నాయి. వాళ్ళు కూడాను సిస్టమేటిక్గా ప్లానింగ్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఇదే విధంగా నడుపుతారని ఆశిస్తాను అవి కూడాను. ఓకే, సో ఇనాగరల్ స్పీచ్. So, respected chief guest and distinguished resource persons and esteemed delegates and learned faculty members and research scholars and students. It gives me an immense pleasure and a profound sense of pride to extend a warm welcome to all of you to this one-day national seminar on computational innovations in science and technology, CIST 2026, organized jointly by the Department of Physics, Electronics, Mathematics, Computer Science, and Computer Applications. In an era defined by rapid technological accelerations, computation has emerged as the central nervous system of modern science and technology. From theoretical modeling in physics, algorithm foundations in mathematics, intelligent systems in computer science, to reveal world problem solving through applications, computational innovations is no longer a supporting tool, it is the driving force of discovery, efficiency, and transformation. This seminar is therefore both timely and relevant. It provides a vital interdisciplinary platform where ideas converge, methods intersect, and new perspectives are born. Such academic gatherings are essential not merely for the exchange of knowledge, but for cultivating a culture of inquiry, collaboration, and innovation that defines a true institution of higher learning. I would like to commend the organizing departments of their vision and bringing together a diverse disciplines under a unified theme. The strength of today's science lies not in isolation, but in integration, where physics meets computation, mathematics powers algorithms, and technology translates theory into social impact. So, to our distinguished speakers and experts, we are deeply grateful for your willingness to share your insights and experiences. Your presence greatly enriches the seminar and inspires our faculty and students to aspire beyond conventional boundaries. To the students and young researchers present here, I urge you to engage actively, ask questions, challenge assumptions, and use the opportunity to broaden your intellectual horizons. The future belongs to those who can think computationally and ethical and innovative responsibility. As an institution, we remain committed to fostering academic excellence, promoting research-driven learning, and aligning ourselves with the national and global advancements in science and technology. Events such as the CIST 2026 are integral to the mission. I sincerely hope that today's deliberations will lead to meaningful discussions, collaborative research initiatives, and innovative ideas that contributes to scientific progress and social development. With these words, I declare the one-day national seminar on computational innovations in science and technology CIST 2026 formally inaugurated. I wish to a seminar ever success. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your constant encouragement. Now I invite the convener, Dr. K. Jaydev, sir, to give his opening remarks.
Respected Principal Sir, distinguished Chief Guest, resource persons, Vice Principal Sir, and all the other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and my students, a very good morning to all of you. I extend a warm and cordial welcome to all of you to this one-day national seminar on computational innovations in science and technology, organized by the departments of Physics and Electronics, Mathematics, Computer Science, and Computer Applications of this prestigious peer government college. I take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt thanks to our chief patron, Dr. Narayan Bhattagupta, Commissioner, College Education, and Patron, Dr. C. Krishna Garu, Joint Director, College Education, and co-patron, Dr. P.V. Krishnaji sir, Regional Joint Director, Rajamahendravaram, for extending their constant support and encouragement in conducting this seminar. This seminar is being conducted under the able guidance of our chief guest, guidance of our dynamic principal sir, Dr. Kandul Anjaneyal sir, whose for academic foresight and unwavering support have made this scholarly gathering possible. We deeply honored by the august presence of our chief guest, Dr. Y. Chaitanya Murli, Deputy Commissioner, Probation and Excise, Senior Administrator, known for his effective governance and commitment to public welfare. Thank you so much, sir, for your gracious presence. And as far as the theme of this seminar is concerned, which gives the growing importance of computational approaches in achieving science and technology. It reflects how the research and scientific thought rely on computation to understand the complex systems, improving efficiency, and develop new solutions. Overall, the theme emphasizes on the role of computation as a common platform to that connects different solutions and supports progress, knowledge, technology, and societal development. As a matter of fact, today we are going to create a history because in the PR Government College, this is the first ever time to release a journal publication with ISSN number. This is a really exceptional and remarkable achievement as far as the history of this college is concerned. We are very much thankful to Dr. S.V.J. Prasad sir and Devi Prasanna and Moses Raju for their relentless and continuous efforts even during the Pongal holidays. I request all the participants to give them a big round of applause. We received an overwhelming response to our call for papers. Actually, we received more than 50 numbers of papers. But basing on the recommendations of advisory board, quality of the content, time constraint, and with other possibilities, we restricted our papers to 44 only. So we are shortly going to inaugurate our journal with 44 numbers of publications. I take the opportunity to extend my sincere appreciations to all our resource persons for giving their acceptance and giving their consent to share their expertise and insights. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you all the resource persons. And we appreciate the presence of the participants also who have come all the way from farther distances. And my heartfelt thanks to all the organizing secretary, co-conveners, co-organizing secretary, organizing committee members, and students. With your meticulous and execution only, this seminar will going to run smoothly. And I'm confident that the deliberations held in this seminar will serve a catalyst for intercollaboration developments and catalyze innovative thought and inspire research in real world science and technology. I wish the seminar will uh, go a very grand success. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for giving us a clear roadmap for the seminar and its objective. It is now my proud privilege to invite our chief guest, Dr. Y. Chaitanya Murali, sir, Deputy Commissioner, Prohibition and Access Department, to address the gathering.
Respected Chair Dr. Anjaneyal Sir, Principal, other distinguished guests, organizers, good morning to you all. Basically, I was an art student, so I have very little knowledge about this seminar. But this is very good culture. In JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, we have hundreds of seminars, hundreds of conferences, and late night talks. The same culture I found here today. I am glad because I am a product of AP Residential College in Nagarjuna Sagar. In our college also, there is no seminar hall like this. It's a very good culture. I thankful to your principal, other organizers. Technology, artificial intelligence, computer science, entire future is with you technically. I found and I wondered, I heard through your principal's mouth, there are 3,500 students in this college, especially in arts groups. Because since the arrival of modern basic sciences, especially computers, all arts groups, arts colleges are defunct, in fact. A few days ago, I went to Rajolu, where my co-student from JNU, Dr. Sai Baba, is that college principal. There also I found thousands of students in arts groups. Because this is science, okay, but social science are also equally important for the goodness of the society. I am thankful to your organization, Pitapuram Rajas Degree College, also your principal. I declare this seminar open today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for all your inspirational address. Now, I request all our esteemed invitees to proceed the book release of with ISSN proceedings. I request all the esteemed invitees to release the seminar general proceedings with the ISSN number. Release of seminar general proceedings by the principal, sir, and all the esteemed invitees. I request all the students to please clap. We thank our principal sir and all our esteemed invitees for releasing the seminar general proceedings, which makes an important academic milestone of this seminar.
Sir, please come forward. We, we now proceed to felicitate to our honorable chief guest, a moment of great pride for all of us. It is indeed a privilege to felicitate Sri Y. Chaitanya Murali sir, Deputy Commissioner, Prohibition and Excise Department, whose distinguished service, leadership, and commitment to public administration have earned him wide respect and recognition.
Felicitation to our chief guest by our principal sir and all the esteemed invitees. Thank you, sir, for attending the seminar. Now it's time for our
It's time for wishes from the Joint Director, Dr. C. Krishna Sir, CC, to share his valuable wishes with us. So please continue.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ ఎవ్రీబడి. జయదేవ్ గారు వినిపిస్తుందండి?
yes sir, it's audible sir.
ఓకే. రెస్పెక్టెడ్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫంక్షన్ డాక్టర్ కె ఆంజనేయులు గారు, డిస్టింగ్స్డ్ గెస్ట్స్, ఎస్టీమ్ రిసోర్స్ పర్సన్స్, ఫ్యాకల్టీ మెంబర్స్ అండ్ రీసెర్చ్ స్కాలర్స్, స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రెస్టీజియస్ పిఆర్ గవర్నమెంట్ కాలేజ్ కాకినాడ, and dear participants, it's given me immense pleasure to address this one-day national seminar on computational innovations in science and technology. I congratulate the management, faculty members, and organizing team for taking this meaningful academic initiative and for successful bringing together experts and learners from diverse disciplines. In the present era, computation has become a powerful tool in education, research, and technology. Today, almost every scientific and technological advancement depends on computational methods. From data analysis to simulations, from artificial intelligence to modeling real-time systems, computation plays a vital role in improving accuracy, efficiency, and innovation. The theme of this seminar is highly relevant and timely. Computational innovations are not limited to computer science alone. They are equally important in physics, mathematics, electronics, and engineering, and many other fields. Such interdisciplinary seminars help in breaking traditional boundaries and encourage collaborative thinking, which is essential for solving complex real-world problems. Institutions of higher education have a major responsibility in preparing students for future challenges. Platforms like this seminar provide students and young researchers an opportunity to learn from experienced academicians and industry experts. They also help in developing critical thinking, research skills, and scientific temperament. I appreciate the efforts of departments of computer science and applications, physics, electronics, and mathematics for jointly organizing this seminar. I also commend the conveners, organizing committee members, and volunteers for their dedication and teamwork. My sincere appreciation goes to the resource persons who have come forward to share their valuable knowledge and experiences. I strongly encourage all participants to actively involve themselves in the sessions, ask questions, exchange ideas, and build academic connections. Let this seminar inspire innovation, promote quality research, and contribute to the advancement of science and technology in our country. I wish the seminar a great success and hope it serve as a strong foundation for many more such academic activities in the future. Thank you all. Over to Principal Dr. K. Anjaneyal garu.
Thank you sir. Thank you sir for participating in our seminar. We also request you to inaugurate the seminar general proceedings which was sent to you in a link format. Please click on the link and inaugurate the general proceedings sir. We request you.
Thank you. Okay.
So please click on the link sir.
Link, I have not any link received, madam.
Sir, we have sent a seminar general proceedings link.
No. Through my WhatsApp or this
Yes
link?
sir. Yes sir.
జయదేవ్ గారు మీరు రాలేదు సార్ నాకు. ప్రిన్సిపల్ గారు మీరు చేసేయండి సార్.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్,
ఆంజలి గారు అండ్ జయదేవ్ గారు.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే
థ్యాంక్
సార్.
యూ, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
ఓకే,
థ్యాంక్ యూ
థ్యాంక్ యూ
ఫర్
వెరీ
యువర్.
మచ్. ఐ హావ్ అనదర్ మీటింగ్, సాసా ప్రోగ్రామ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Now we request our principal sir to inaugurate the seminar general proceedings. As per the instructions of our JD sir, we request our principal sir to click on the link and proceed with the seminar general proceedings. So principal sir inaugurating the seminar general proceedings. Release of seminar general proceedings by the principal sir. Now,
Now we move to the most awaited session for the inaugural program, the keynote address. I invite Dr. E. Damodar Reddy sir, Associate Professor, Department of CSC, NIT Goa, to deliver the keynote address. Sir, please come forward.
Yes, Honorable Principal and all the other colleagues and dear students, a very good morning to each one of you. Silence, please. First of all, I'm very pleased to be part of this event. The reason here is I used to visit various other colleges, particularly of engineering and other sort of colleges. Rarely I used to get an invitation from Science College. There is a reason for that. So it's a different experience for me is to visit a science college and share my experiences. First of all, let me ask a simple question before I go to the theme of the event and then share my experiences over here. How many of you joined science program because you didn't get a seat in BTech or some technical or engineering program? Students, let's be honest for some time. Now, how many of you did not join, could not join in BTech, thereby you have chosen to come to this science program? Given a chance, you are ready to get a BTech program, and will you be able to move to an engineering program? Is it by choice or by default? See, there is a reason why I'm asking this question is nowadays the education in the country means engineering education. That has become the trend, unfortunately. And over the couple of decades, if we look into the last 2 decades particularly, people say degree means BTech, engineering, or some technical degree, and say science has no value, something like that. There is an impression, with all due respect to science. When I say this, and I would also like to accept, like in the country, it is like BTech is a main product, MTech is a side product, PhD is a waste product. This is the opinion of the people in the country. With all due respect, I'm saying this. With engineering degree, are the students, as they become the respiratory source for the various colleges for their survival, obviously management is focusing on these streams, particularly computer science, data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc. It has become a trend that many students obviously move towards engineering side. If you look into the theme of the event, like National Seminar on Computational Innovations in Science and Technology, how do you compare science versus engineering versus technology? Silence, please. Silence, please. Last silence, please. What, in your opinion, when I compare to science and engineering and technology, will you accept if I say that science is the cause, where say engineering is the result? Do you agree with me? If I would say science is the cause, where engineering is a result of that cause. Do you agree? And what is a technology? Technology is an application of that, right? That's where lies between science to engineering to a technology, right? Now, what are the crazy or fancy words we are hearing about nowadays, like machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science, etc., etc.? You observe the basis for this is the cause is the science, where you should all be proud of that. Why I should be the reason for the cause of an engineering discipline. So you should be the reason. When I say science is the cause and engineering is the reason for that. And eventually, when I say engineering led by science, now can you tell me, can I learn machine learning or artificial intelligence without science concepts? No. Can somebody tell me how can I learn the concept of machine learning and artificial intelligence? Do we really need artificial intelligence, machine learning to learn without the knowledge of science or statistics or mathematics? No, eventually no. I'll give a simple story. Previously, there was no word called machine learning or artificial intelligence. Before that, we hardly have mathematics and statistics. What happens? Computer science went to mathematics or statistics. They want to learn they want to solve some problem. They want to learn statistics. So computer science learns statistics. The moment it learns statistics, then there are various, the moment we say computer science, what we have is only data, nothing else. The moment data is already there, the moment it learned the concept of statistics, then what happens? Then ask the statistics, can we work together? Initially, it has come to learn. Now I have understood a bit of statistics with the data I have currently in the computing world. I'm a computer science domain. So can we work together? Now learning to becomes now working together. So it has worked together. After working for years, now computer science said, now I have become popular. Everybody calling me by different name. I want to rename statistics as machine learning. That's how the concept of machine learning and artificial intelligence and all the other computing paradigms have come in the picture. But if you observe the solid base for any machine learning or artificial intelligence or any other sort of technological concept, the basis is like mathematics and statistics, where you should be very proud of learning all those concepts. As I've already mentioned, now what my question is, what is the reason for attending all such events, like you're attending a seminar on some concepts of engineering and technology, or some colloquium, or some workshop? What do you understand by that? Or what you get out of that? When you attend like today's program, you're attending a national seminar on so and so in science and technology. What do you get it? When you have learned of some new innovations in the field of science and technology, in a specific field of electronics or IoT or embedded system or data science, AI, that will give you a new problem statement. Unfortunately, most of the problem statement which we are working, because I went to, more than 500 engineering colleges in the form of various like speakers, BOS members, a lot of colleges. As I already mentioned, my interaction with science colleges quite, limited, but I used to go a lot of engineering colleges. Wherever I go, 70 to 80% of the research projects, they are like a reproducible work of what somebody has already done with some nominal changes are done and then call it as a new research. So when you attend such a new events, you should be able to understand and identify a new problem statement. Only then I would consider that you get some outcome from the program that is organized successfully at your college. Everyone attends a program. If I ask you what you have got after 1 or 2 months, if I ask you, you had attended some program like some seminar on so on so computational innovation, science and technology, what you got out of that? Not only this question to the student, but faculty also. You should identify a new problem statement. You should identify something new where you can further work on that and make a problem statement for your next level research. Only then I would say the meaning of attending a program would be successful. So I would suggest all of you attend such a program frequently and get some motivation and then make a problem statement and work on that, then get a successful outcome from that. As I've already mentioned, a son or a daughter can never be greater than a parents. And similarly, engineering and technology, how much crazy people are about, it can never be greater than a science. So you should be proud of what you are currently studying and be proud of learning the concepts what you are studying and put 100% efforts and get some latest innovations worked on and then get something on your name. And when you study, when you browse in Google like by your name, at least one innovation or one work or one just a small good paper should be on your name, where you can proudly exhibit that work to somebody in your reputed fields. With these few words, I would really be confident that you are going to get something useful out of this program by the learning experience shared among you by various speakers, and then get some problem statement framed for your work and get successful in your respective domains. I hope this entire sessions, I think for a full day, would be very useful to you, and my best wishes for all your success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful keynote, which beautifully connected computational innovations with real-world applications and future research directions. This concludes the inaugural session. We request all the participants to kindly reassemble at 11:30 a.m., which is a tea break for 10 minutes. 11:45. Sorry.
We request all the faculty members to go for a tea break. Thank you. Please reassemble in 8 minutes.
అవునా? అందుకని
MTech and PhD degree in Computer Science and Engineering from Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad in 2009 and 13 respectively. His research interests include wireless sensor networks, cognitive neuroscience, brain-computer interface, and medical imaging. He has published more than 300 research articles in reputed international journals and standard conferences. The publications include reputed journals such as ACM Transactions, IEEE Transactions, IET, Elsevier, Springer, Taylor, and Francis, and Willey. Dr. Reddy has granted 30 granted patents in brain-computer interface and sensors. He is a fellow of IATE, senior member of IEEE, ACM, and IAC SIT, and also received several awards such as ACM Eminent Speaker, Young Faculty Award, DKIF Best Researcher Award, Asia Arab Distinguished Faculty Award, CSIR Senior Research Fellowship, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Lifetime Achievement National Award, INSA Visiting Scientist, IEEE TIM Outstanding Editor, IEI Chartered Engineer, Professor YK Pushan Most Influential Professor, etc. He is also editor board member of several international journals. He has also published 5 books by reputed publishers such as CRC Press, Taylor, and Francis. Dr. Reddy is an expert member of UPSC selection panels and M panel expert of AICTE. Dr. Reddy delivered guest lectures and keynote talks in more than 500 engineering institutes and universities across the country. 20 of his PhD scholars have been awarded doctorates. Another 12 PhDs are ongoing. Dr. Reddy has examined more than 100 PhD theses, and he is a BOS member, academic council member, and governing body member of more than 50 colleges and institutions. Dr. Reddy was invited as a visiting researcher at St. Mary University, Canada, visiting scientist at Ulster University, Northern Ireland, visiting professor at University of Southampton, UK, and visiting research consultant at AI Tech, Leeds, UK, visiting professor at IIM Rohtak, guest faculty at NIT Sikkim, adjunct faculty at CBIT Hyderabad, Woxan International University, Hyderabad, JIT Chennai, KI University, Vijayawada. Further, Dr. Reddy has been a part of 7 sanctioned research projects of worth more than 100 crores, and also Dr. Reddy received research grant from NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar Machine. To the best of his achievements, Dr. Damodar Reddy Edla was enlisted in the world ranking of top 2% scientists in 2023, 24, and 25, released by Stanford University. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Now I please to invite our resource person to take forward the technical session 1, Dr. Damodar Reddy sir. Please come forward to take the session forward. Please give applause.
Yes, silence please. So once again, good morning everyone. This session we are going to just touch upon the motivation to machine learning, and then what are the various challenges in machine learning and what are the possible applications we can have. Now, before we begin, what do you understand by machine learning? Let the session be interactive. Huh? So don't just look at the slides. I rarely use slides just to keep your attention here. I normally believe in saying we use PowerPoint if you have neither power nor point. So just you follow me, and when you are bored, just look at the slides. Okay. Okay. Well, what do you mean by machine learning? Just a normal informal definition. What do you understand? Because some of your computer science students are there. You can guess. Be interactive, please. Because now we are talking about machine unlearning. Because there are some issues with machine learning. We are talking about machine unlearning. We have deep learning. We have deep fake network. Therefore, we are talking about machine unlearning concepts to face them. Every technology has pros and cons. Whatever talking about the advantages of a technology, they in hand they follow the disadvantages also. We have a lot of challenges with machine learning. We are addressing a lot of challenges with machine learning. Because of that, a lot of challenges are also coming on the other hand. So what do you understand by machine learning before we see the advanced concepts and then possible applications? Machine learning by name. What do you understand? We design, repeat, boliye. Okay, please. That's a good attempt. Your answer is okay, but I think it should be slightly reverse. So what I say, I'm not learning from machines. I design machines which learn better than humans. So basically what I'm training a model where I'm training a machine by an algorithm or a technology where they learn and do better than humans. So basically we are making the machines to learn better than humans. So humans develop a technology or an algorithm or a model where the machine adopts it, learns from the algorithm and work better than humans. So machine learning is a domain where we try to develop models. Okay, there is a machine learning algorithm, there is a data, there is a learning model where the machine is trained on that, and then it works better than humans. And first of all, what is the condition that when I'm going to work in the area of machine learning, what I should have in my hand? Okay, data. Very good. That's the right answer. Now we need data. Every machine learning project or a problem, first of all, what I have is data. Now, what is data? The moment you have a data, means you are in need of some XYZ algorithm in machine learning or artificial intelligence or deep learning, etc. Now, tell me what exactly you mean by data. So some input, something in a raw form, some outcome of an experiment, whatever it is, right? What do you expect from data? What is the ultimate job of a machine learning model? Now, whenever I see somebody speaking, he has to answer a question from me. Yeah? Get ready. If I find somebody speaking now, I'll ask a question. You have to come on the stage and answer that, okay? Now, tell me, what do you expect from a machine learning model whenever it is applied on a data? Something like information, somebody's murmuring info. Yes, right. Okay, what is information? We have data, there is some problem. What do you mean by data and a problem? I have a data in the form of an image, like brain images. MRI, you go to hospital, you have MRI scanning, you have MRI images, that's my data in the form of image. I have some problem, I go to hospital, I have my brain data, heart data, that's signal, ECG signal. I have some other problem, I take X-ray images, that's an image, but not like a CT scan image, MRI image, some other image, that's the data. What is my problem if I have a brain data, images? My problem is detection of brain tumors, accurate detection of brain tumors, right? If you have chest X-ray images, accurate detection or early stage detection of COVID-19 from chest X-ray images. CT scan anybody can do, but I can identify from chest X-ray image. That's my problem, right? So what do you expect from that data? Maybe image or a signal or a text data or numeric data. What do you expect from the data? Somebody say information. Now, what is information? Just guess, no problem. Even if you're wrong, no problem. An attempt makes a difference.
Sir, meaningful, sir. Sir, meaningful is called the
Tell me. Anyhow,
information.
you're
Sir.
guessing right between you. You can just share with us.
Okay.
Raw facts. Okay, that's fine.
So data is the raw facts.
Any
Sir.
other better definition?
Data is a collection of different type of
data.
Yes, sir, data. Sir.
Can you
so
just
different type? So
me.
different type of like integer, like string, sir.
Okay. The definition is okay, but it looks like again finally we are coming to a kind of data. Your definition is something like a process is a process that process the process. Something like that.
Yes.
That's right, almost. But when we say that we have a data and we have information. Normal information we can extract. It is inside the data. Just we need to see and identify, spot it and get it. Extract. If I give a simple example, there are some persons in this room. Assume that 100 persons. N is 100. That's my data. Is it clear? That 100 is very clear to you. We don't know how many are speaker, how many audience, how many male, how many female, how many local, how many non-local. That 100 is very raw. That's why we call it the raw data. Fine, raw observation. Now, what is my information? And now 100 can be 90 plus 10, 50 plus 50, 80 plus 20, anything, right? So my information is that like better, like proper, like a bit of extracted data or something from the data. Now I would say it's 90 plus 10. 90 female, 10 male. Assume that. If observe compared to that 100, this 90 plus 10 is a better representation. That's called my information. Get 90 plus 10 is inside 100. Yes. So I can extract from that 100. Right? Now, what is knowledge? Ultimately, the concept of any machine learning model is what? Knowledge discovery. So this is how we move data to information to knowledge to wisdom. Wisdom is my final decision making based on what is knowledge is acquired by your machine learning model. Now tell me, what is knowledge here? Data is 100. There are 100 persons in this room, roughly. 90 plus 10 is a information. 90 girls, 10 boys. What is knowledge? Can I see information in the data? Yes. In the 100, I can see this 90 and 10 separately, right? I have information in data. I can extract. I can see and extract. What is knowledge? Yes. Now, what is knowledge in this example? 90 girls and 10 boys in the 100. Now, from the information, what is my information? There are 90 girls in this room, 10 boys. Just assume that. Huh? Now, what is knowledge here? Knowledge here is there is no proper representation for male. There is a female domination in this room. That's knowledge, right? That's knowledge. Knowledge can we see in the information? No. You cannot see in the information. You have to analyze from the information, right? Information can you see in the data? Yes. You can see, you can go to each person and observe and say he is a male, he is a male, she is a female. So you can see in the data. Where information you can see in the data, knowledge you cannot see in the information or obviously in the data, right? Now, ultimately, the job of any machine learning algorithm is You have your data in the hand, observe the data, extract the information, analyze the information, get your knowledge. Then finally, based on whatever the knowledge you acquired, you go for a decision-making process. That's how the entire knowledge discovery process takes place, from data to information to knowledge to wisdom. That's the ultimate job, common job of any machine learning algorithm, right? Any doubts so far? Now, machine learning, we have so many plenty of models like supervised, unsupervised, and other sort of algorithms, semi-supervised. And then we have like so many. Now, let me just briefly highlight, then we'll go to some advanced concepts in machine learning. So what we have is, now the ultimate job is when I take up a data in my hand for my project, how do you choose a problem statement? Your projects, right, in your final year, madam? Now, how do you choose a project? When I ask this question, many people say, I'm not very interested in choosing a problem statement. I'm interested in choosing a supervisor. Right? People are very interested to choose a faculty per project rather choosing a project. Why? Because my supervisor gives you my project. Right? Are you very serious for a project or a supervisor? Now, when I was also doing my MTech, I went to my seniors and asked who gives better grading, better marks, and who doesn't scold me, who doesn't call me every day. He will be my supervisor. Same thing. I'm least bothered about choosing a problem statement, right? Okay. Now, if you're going to choose a problem statement, or if you choose a supervisor, he or she gives a problem statement. What's next? Which machine learning model I use? If somebody says I don't want to use machine learning, that's fine. If you're, but nowadays, as I mentioned, when I go to every college, I went hundreds of colleges, everywhere, if there are 10 projects, at least 8 projects, they are used some directly or indirectly, some machine learning or AI models. Now, how can I choose a specific model? I have a data. How can I choose a specific model? It's very important. How do you choose a specific architecture or a model for your problem statement? Right? Tell me, when I use neural networks, when I use deep neural networks, when I use optimization algorithms, when I use fuzzy logic, most of the well-known concepts, right, in machine learning. Tell me. Now, there comes the concept of supervised learning. Supervised learning. If I ask a simple question, though you can answer this without any background of engineering or etc. What is the basic job of neurons? Data transfer. Yes, it's one of the functions of a neuron, but it's not the ultimate job for which neurons are meant for. And comment said communication, I think. That's also right answer, but that is not the main purpose of neurons. They all do like data, data transfer, communication, computation, etc., etc. Everything they do, but for a purpose. Tell me. What is the basic job of neurons? You studied biology, right? Long back. This is not a biology class. We try to start with the biological concepts, move to some psychological application to a computer science problem. Okay. So tell me. The transferring, that is also the right answer, but that is not the main reason for which neurons are there. They transfer, they have like communication, they have everything, but they are meant for learning. The basic job of neurons is learning. They are meant for learning. What do you mean by that? Learning. When I learn means what? When I train my model is the biological neuron model. Whenever I just feed some features like if you have seen a speaker today, if you observe that he is from so-and-so location, like his age and his topic, etc. So you are giving a features so that what happens, you are training your brain or inherently neurons such that they get understood the information, whatever like your brain is learning, and based on that what happens, we make some conclusion. That's called supervised learning. I give some data, I give some features, I train my model. There is a training data. So there is something called supervised learning models in machine learning. Now, what is supervised learning? There is an algorithm, there is a model for which, first of all, I feed some information. Then I make some conclusions out of that. For instance, if I give you some matrix like 100 by 50 matrix, there are 100 rows, 50 columns. Each row talks about a patient, whether he is diabetic or not. So like first row tells his name, height, weight, age. I mean, what you can say is hereditary details and his smoking, yes, no, drinking, yes, no, etc., etc. And finally, last column, he is diabetic or not. So one row for one patient. So like that 100 patients data I'm giving to you to means my model. Then my model learns on those 100 patients and then tell what if I give you a new patient for whom I don't know whether he's diabetic or not. Now that's called supervised learning. Already I'm trained on 100 patients. Then I would say if I give a new patient for whom I don't know whether he's diabetic or not, then my model predicts what is the most probable class. It's a binary classification problem. Whether this person is likely to be diabetic or not. It's called supervised learning. If you observe this exactly, my brain does. This exactly. If I have some experiences on something, like previously some 10 persons, hardly like you can say some experience, a group of people where I had some problem. Next time what happens? That's my training my brain has undergone. I had some problem with these such a sort of 10 people. Next time I won't accept such a people. That's my like supervised learning. My brain learned on existing data. Fine, that's called supervised learning. Is unsupervised learning. What is unsupervised learning? Without training, I'm giving you a problem. If I give a new patient without telling already existing some 100 patient data, you're going to specify whether he's diabetic or not. That's very challenge. That's called supervised, unsupervised. Now the question is supervised data. Problem. Now we are going back to your exam. You have a supervisor, you have a project, you have some training data available for you. What you choose? Neural networks. Because we have very limited time, I'm not teaching what is neurons and etc. That you can study on your own. So if you have a data set, overall, I'm giving a glimpse of data, all the machine learning models. If you have a data set, if you have training data, you prefer have some biological neuron models, some perceptrons, backpropagation networks, a lot of things are there. You go and study, then you choose it. Now, if there is no training data, tell me what is the consequence? As I mentioned, you're training my neurons. You're coming to college on the very first day of your degree. You don't know where your college is there. You ask somebody guides you, walk for 3 kilometers straight, take left turn, then there is a landmark, take right turn. There are like training happens to your neurons, right? What happens by that? So that you can conveniently reach to your destination. If there is no training, tell me what is the consequence? Now I'm talking about unsupervised problems, which have no training data. Supervised means there is a training data. Unsupervised, there is no training data. Now tell me, same example, you are searching for your college on the first day, no directions, no landmarks, nothing. What is the consequence? Searching is high, right? So when no supervised data, search space is high, right? When searching is high, what you have done previously? Optimization algorithms. When your search space is high, you require optimization algorithms. Which optimization algorithm you use? So there are like a heuristic based, randomized or stochastic algorithm. Why not deterministic algorithm, which you have seen like simplest method, Newton-Raphson, etc. Other numerical methods. Why? They are expensive. Therefore, I require a randomized optimization algorithm, heuristic based search techniques. Particles form optimization, genetic algorithm, other bioinspired optimization algorithm, ant colony optimization, shuffle frog leaping, spotted hyena, gray wolf, etc., octopus, dolphin scam, plenty of optimization, thousands of optimization algorithms are there. So we have supervised data. I use conventional biological neural model. Okay. If the data is very, very big in size, I use deep neural networks. There is no supervised data at all. I try to use some optimization algorithms. Third is fuzzy data. I have like fuzzy data. I'm going to measure like a loan can be given to a customer based on some fuzzy information, linguistic analytical data. I'm going to use fuzzy logic, type 1, type 2. So you just follow this simple structure. You have a supervised data, use perceptrons, neural networks. Or if your data set is very big, but you have sufficient supervised data, then you use deep neural networks. If no supervised data, try to have some optimization algorithm to adopt. Then fuzzy type of data, type 1, type 2 fuzzy logic, etc. The simple understanding, because this is very, very, very important. How you use a different machine learning models for your problem statement. Now coming to when you talk about, I have some data science application, how I'm going to address it. As I already mentioned, how machine learning and like statistics and so on, so they are evolved over the time with the help of statistics. Like, so you should be very good at your computer science concept, mathematics concepts, and same time your domain knowledge, right? What do you mean by domain knowledge? Other part, you know what mathematics and computer science, you know what is domain knowledge. I'm going to work same like in the area of brain computer interface. I should have a thorough understanding of the biological neurons and then human brain, cognitive structures, and all those concepts, deep brain stimulation. then you can have a wonderful application. If you have only mathematics and computer science, you will hardly perform simple machine learning operations. Whereas if you have mathematics and domain knowledge, you can hardly perform some statistical analysis. You cannot do actual data science application. If you have both domain knowledge and computer science, without mathematics, you can hardly do some data processing. You cannot do anything. If you are good at all three, which makes you a simple, wonderful application of a data science, which is like a respiratory revenue for the entire world happening now. Everybody working on data science, right? So try to be good at, like, if you are doing a research problem in sensor networks, wireless sensor networks, have a thorough understanding what is a sensor node, what is a base station, what is a gateway, what is a sync node, what is a relay node, what is localization, what is network coverage, etc., etc. And similarly, mathematical concepts for that, what sort of mathematical modeling I required, and eventually computer science tools for that. Then you can have a wonderful application in your respective data science field. Okay, so be very good at the basics. Now, if you take a simple case study, let's not go deep in the machine learning. I've given highlights of that. Now, some application. What is natural language processing? We take a couple of case studies today before we end with the time, another 20 minutes. Silence, please. Yes, tell me. What do you understand by natural language processing? A lot of emerging fields have come together hand in hand with the evolvement of machine learning. Because machine learning is evolving, we by a lot of computing paradigms like artificial neural networks, etc. Hand in hand, many things it is taking ahead on the top, like NLP, human computer dialogue systems, and in that similarly brain computer interface, and even clouds computing, all others hand in hand. What do you understand by natural language processing? Natural language, what do you mean by natural language? It's a routine, a platform we use for communication between two humans. It's a natural language, could be your own regional language or a national language or an international language, whatever it is. So we have a natural language spoken between two nodes or two people, and we are going to understand what exactly the meaning of that by processing that particular data in the form of a text document or a voice input signal, etc. Now, I mentioned about data, machine learning, data, information, etc. Now we have a domain like NLP. Tell me, what are the applications we can have using NLP or in NLP using machine learning? Yes. You have NLP, natural language processing. I'm going to process the natural language data, maybe in the form of a text document or in the form of a voice input signal, and I'm going to make some applications out of that. Can you just tell me a few applications out of this? So somebody said Siri. Yes, that's one good application. We can have an interactive platform, a voice assistive interactive system, a platform, something like a human computer dialogue system. And yes, so normally some language learning models we can use to have a communication, chatbots, etc., etc. Any other application? Yes. Alexa, okay. Again, that's a human computer dialogue system, kind of dialogue system between humans and a computer. Yes. Any other? I think you want to say some new application? Yes. Repeat. Google Assistant, etc. Okay, that's fine. That's also an interactive platform. Very good. That's right. So plenty of application I can have. I can have sentiment analysis based on natural language data. And similarly, other sort of applications I can have on that. Yes, you stand up. You stand up. Yes, yourself. Stand up. Stand up. Yes. Tell me. Can you give me one application? Any such similarly what others have tried? Okay. Can you give me the question what I've asked? What is the? No, that is not the question I asked. That was 5 minutes before I asked. Sit down. Okay. So we can have sentiment analysis, or we can have key phrase extraction, scholarly article detection, plagiarism detection. Similarly, we can have, if there is a newspaper article, some editorial article, I can take those inputs, all those words as a features. And I can specify, say that whether this article is a biased or unbiased coverage of a specific news. We can find the bias in the data, whether it's a social media data, Twitter or X data, or we can have maybe some WhatsApp data or any data. I can use the data, classify and say whether it's a biased or unbiased data, right? So something like that. Plenty of applications. It's very interdisciplinary in nature. We can have a even thoughts to speech conversion. The person who are disabled or paralyzed or immobile or locked in persons who cannot move or walk, we can have, maybe we can have a wearable device, collect the brain signals and use it for some interactive platform where a person who cannot speak, you can convert his thoughts into words or speech, something like that. Very high-end applications you can have for this, as I mentioned. Now, why the concept of, as I mentioned, data to information to knowledge to wisdom is very important in the particularly natural language processing. The reason is the main challenge in NLP is whenever you use this machine learning model, the uncertainty. Whenever you use natural language data, the main challenge here is very ambiguous. Is very ambiguous. With one dot or comma, every meaning gets changed. Now, previously there was a person who was sentenced to death. He committed some severe crime. So the king has ordered him to hang. And almost he was hanged. In the last minute, his relatives went to the king and requested, please show mercy and excuse him. So the king sends a message to the prison, stop, comma, not hang him. But unfortunately, the script writer, because those days we don't have pagers, mobile phones, etc. So he kept the comma after not. Stop, not, comma, hang him. So stop, not hang him becomes stop, not, comma, hang him. The person was died. Just a comma ended a life of a person, you see. That's the importance of a natural language processing. If you don't process normally, complete scenario gets changed. If somebody comes to my house, say, go out. Somewhat informal, but it's okay. You say, get out. There is a lot of meaning in that. So it's difficult to have such ambiguous data to be processed and extract the actual meaning. Therefore, NLP has brought a lot of interdisciplinary applications in line with the machine learning models, which we are focusing on. So a lot of, as I mentioned, now we are using deep learning, etc. I'll just come back this slide. So goals of NLP, as I mentioned, hardware side and software side, like people are developing artificial intelligence models, and also same time some hardware, like somebody said Siri now, somebody said like Alexa. It's also in line with the hardware. I take my voice input signal and I process that, and there is an interactive system. It understands my words, then it responds to that. So there is something called a concept of voice recognizers, that is speech recognizers, speech analyzers, speech synthesizers. So a lot of things are there in line with that. I'll show the diagram later. So you need to have some basics, as I mentioned. You have to understand the basic properties are this NLP in order to make an application out of that. You need to be good at this phonetics and phonology, how to see the phonic sounds, and then ecology. Lot of other background to understand. If you're this very, very interdisciplinary, you have to have a lot of background to understand and take up a problem in this domain. So there are some phases like morphological tokenization to morphological to syntactic, semantic analysis, and various phases are there. I think you have to be very good at all those phases, how we take the linear sequence of words and form some syntaxes, and then we go for a morphological analysis, then fragmentation, etc., etc. A lot of things are there. So just starting from normal word to word, or a sequence or a sentences in the form of a text or a voice input signal, to how do we take them and process and extract the features, and finally come to what is the actual meaning of that. So that I think there are 4 to 5 phases in NLP which you have to focus and get an application out of that. So as I mentioned, why NLP is hard to interpret a data and to make some performance out of the model. Lot of challenges. There are like various reasons why, which makes NLP very hard. There are some issues with the words, sentences, and sequences, because of which lab applications can be found here. And as I mentioned, it's very interdisciplinary. You can find applications in various domains whenever you take up a problem in NLP. And a lot of applications we can have visual understanding, and then we can have machine translation models. We can have sentiment analysis and opinion monitoring. A lot of things are there. This is one simple example, like Alexa. If you take up, what happens inside Alexa whenever you make a signal or a voice input signal? If I ask a simple question to Alexa, it understands and answers. What happens the moment a voice input signal is generated from a node, from a human? Now what happens? It goes to that particular recorder, and there is a speech recognizer. Now because the input data is in the form of a voice input signal, it has to be converted in the form of a text. So there is a speech recognizer that performs the job of converting the voice input signal, audio signal, to text. Once you have the text data, now I have data in the form of a text, I can understand what is in here. So therefore I use speech recognizers. sorry, speech analyzers. Speech recognizer converts voice input signal to text. Then the text data, whatever I got, there is a language analyzer or a speech analyzer. But now it's not a speech, it's a text. So I can call it as a language analyzer. Rather, it's a speech analyzer. If you directly call it a speech analyzer, means it's a combination of both speech recognizer and language analyzer. Now, once the language analyzer analyzes the text data which has coming from the voice input signal, then that meaning will be extracted from the language, from the data by the language analyzer. That meaning will be given to my, like your query database, that actual machine learning model, how does it perform and extract from the query. There is a database, like if I ask you sing a song, what is the meaning of singing? Sing means like, what is the song? Whether the song is in my database or not. It should match with some keywords, exact match, 90% match. Then you just pick out that song and start playing. So everything it takes place. Then there is a speech synthesizer. Finally, the replay should go as a voice output signal because the request has come as a voice input signal. Therefore, finally, Alexa gives your answer or the response in the form of a voice output signal. The simple human-computer dialogue system based on natural language processing and machine learning. Where do I use machine learning? Particularly language analyzer part I can use, classifying the text and data, whatever the text is coming from the voice input signal, etc. So here I can use machine learning morely, and here I can use while extracting the correct answer after classification. So I think there are plenty of need of machine learning and of course, obviously NLPM models here, right? This is how. And now tell me where and all I can use the applications of this human-computer dialogue systems. Tell me. Human-computer dialogue systems. Nowadays, some people are not marrying. They're happy with these interactive systems. Nowadays, people, I've seen some news where people are addicted to chatbots and they don't want to marry. Why? Because, why? They never say no. Whatever we ask, they keep on answering, right? Whatever we ask, they keep on answering. And they always care us. There is a saying, I think, wife likes a caring husband. Husband likes uncaring wife. Normally, wives are happy when husband calls every time, had your breakfast, eat well, etc., etc. When wives call every hour and say, husbands get irritated. It's a contrast behavior, psychological behavior. But they're happy with these chatbots. They need not to worry. Nowadays, people are not marrying. Somebody married, I think, ChatGPT. I've seen some news. They're happy because they can have seamless communication. Whatever I ask, it will continue. They never get bored or embarrassed if I ask my lot of questions, right? So that is not the application. I'm just talking about the other side of the coin. Similarly, there are plenty of applications. Can somebody give me a meaningful application? There are a lot of pros and cons with generative AI and chatbots, etc. Okay, a lot of issues are coming with generative AI and these independent chatbots. Keeping the other, recently I've seen there is some news. One of the cloud platform was being replaced by an updated version. The previous version is threatening the developer. If you change me, update me next level, I will tell about your other relations to your wife. That is threatening the developer. That's called the concept of these, the challenges of generative AI platforms. A lot of challenges are there. Let's not go that side. This side, what are the beautiful applications we have? We can have a seamless teaching learning models, teaching learning, what you can say, chatbots we can develop where students can continuously, have a conversation between these, like conversation mod agents we can develop. Students can seamlessly communicate and perform conversations with the human-computer dialogue system and make learning platforms. Similarly, I can have an online diagnosis system where I can consult to a chatbot type doctor, where seamlessly I can communicate my challenges and my problems, where what I speak is a natural language. I say my age is this one, I have these symptoms, these complications, etc. Chatbot understands and say, possible you have this problem, these are the tests are diagnosed and all. You have to go to this type of doctor, etc., etc. So it's a generative AI ChatGPT type application integrated with such a human-computer dialogue system with machine learning models. Like that. And similarly, plenty of other applications we can have using human-computer dialogue system beyond Alexa and Siri, etc. So like these are the existing, what are there with the current human-computer dialogue systems. Already I've highlighted that. And the future of human computer dialogue systems. Like how, what is going to have with like future, how they are going to be evolved even higher than this, even beyond this. Now, with the existing dialogue systems, they have some limit. They are they are incapable after some limit. I mean, after some stage, they cannot answer certain queries. Even your Alexa also, if you ask some question, it says, sorry, I can't hear you, I cannot understand. But future human computer dialogue system will be able to answer most of your queries. So as I mentioned, the basic prerequisites that you have to understand to deal with it. And now other sort of application. Now, as I mentioned, with the evolvement of data analytics and other sort of mechanics, how people are thinking beyond these conventional neural networks and deep learning models, etc. We take another case study, like brain-computer interface. If I take somebody's brain signals, now I have another type of project. I take data from brain signals or some part of the human body and use that data and use machine learning model for some applications. If you take NLP gives you a 20-30 applications easily. I've already highlighted in the previous slide. Similarly, other sort of human computer interactive systems. I take my data from like brain to heart interaction. Computer to heart interaction. I get some ECG signals. Computer to brain signals. Brain interaction. I get EEG, EMG, ECOG, or you can say fMRI, PHMRI. A lot of interaction can I have and get different type of data. What sort of applications I can have? Tell me, if I can connect your human brain and record data and use machine learning model, what sort of applications we can have? Tell me, anybody? If somebody takes your brain signals, how many boys are ready to give your brain signals? Raise your hands. Normal, just I'm asking to say out of the curiosity. How many boys are ready if I want to take your brain signals for some applications? How many girls are ready? Nobody. Okay, how many boys can show their mobile phones to others? Raise your hands. I won't ask, just I'm asking a question. I don't need your mobile phones. How many girls? This is not honest. I don't believe. This contrast is different. Normally saying girls never share their personal data with others as compared to boys. Right? But at least it seems to be boys are honest with all due respect to girls. Now, why I'm asking this question is if I can connect your brain signals, if I connect your human brain and record your brain signals, what sort of applications I can use for? One is lie detection. I'm giving. I record your brain and say whether you are lying or not. Lie detection. Any other signals? I mean, any other applications? No other applications? If I want to read your ATM PIN number, can I read from your human brain? Tell me how? Human brain has about more than 70 to 80,000 thoughts per day on a common man's brain. More than 70 to 80,000 thoughts. And a neuron to neuron communication takes each impulse, the impulse generated from one neuron, and it get accumulated and it gets input from about 1,000 other neurons at a speed of 250 miles per hour. At a speed of 250 miles per hour. The reaction that takes in the human brain is chemical reaction that produces electric discharge signal called an action potential. If you generate that signal and capture that signal, which is jips from 250 miles per hour speed, we can have all these applications to be addressed. But the challenge here is getting such a specific signal correspond to our application. That's the challenge. Otherwise, we can read all this data, whatever the sensitive information lies in the human brain. If you ask that, I can read your ATM PIN number. If you ask what is the first digit of your ATM PIN number, tell me how many options we have? 10 options, 9 or 10? Okay, if you start with 0, whatever it is. How many signals are positive, how many are negative? 1 positive and 9 negative. So now, if I collect 10 signals for first digit, I classify, use some machine learning model, as I mentioned that for supervised learning, because I already trained on some 100 patients, 100 subjects. Then I classify these 10 signals into two classes, a binary classification problem. 9 into negative, 1 signal to positive. Like that, if I ask 10 questions for each 4-digit, total 40 questions, I can exactly see what is your ATM PIN number. But why is not so feasible is because, as I mentioned, the challenges of out of those 80,000 thoughts, how do we exactly see a specific signal of such a behavior? That is a challenge, right? So that there are a lot of issues with those applications. So lie detection and then human contemplation, we can generate understanding the thoughts of the signal, measuring the IQ of a person, mental state analysis of a person. We can see the mental state analysis of a person. And similarly, prosthetic devices who lost their limbs in some accident. How do we generate prosthetic devices? How do we develop prosthetic devices, which is real-time controlled by brain signals, something like that. I think, so I'm not teaching what is human brain and etc. that you can study on your own and you can understand. Why this domain is very complex is human brain is very uncertain. The type of data you get from one subject may not be same exactly with other subjects. There is always human brain is very uncertain. Even changes like it is as good as one program behaves differently for two same input, two same program, different behave differently for same input signal. It is something like that. If you ask a question, if I call some young boy as uncle, he doesn't mind much. If I call some young lady as aunt, she minds much. Whole day she doesn't take food also. That's how the complete contrast behavior in the human brain. That's how it takes. Okay. So therefore, it's very difficult to have such an uncertain processing of the human brain and then make application. You can just read what is like brain has either lobes, frontal, parietal. I mean, either lobes, left and either hemispheres, left and right hemisphere. Each has 4 lobes: frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal lobes. So just you need to understand their cognitive structures and read them. You have different, not only EEGs, a lot of data. We have data, CAT scan, PET, and fMRI, PHMRI. So you try to identify the suitable data sets too. For lie detection, maybe EEG. For tumor detection, maybe MRI. So you don't take images of MRI. I mean, this MRI images of the brain and try to see whether he's lying or not. That's not possible. Okay. So now the basic protocols one need to follow when you are taking data from such a complex human brain is like there is non-invasive mode of data acquisition and invasive mode of data. Normally we use for invasive mode of non-invasive mode of data acquisition. Means we normally connect electrode wires on the scalp. Brain is safely located under several layers of protection. We have scalp, skull bone, dura mater, subdural space, periosteum, succunoid space. There are 5 to 6 layers of protection where brain is safely located under. So we are going to connect the electrode wire on the scalp and then take the data from. That's called non-invasive mode of data acquisition. Invasive mode, normally it's directly attached to the human brain after opening the skull bone and all. We don't do that. Doctors and surgeons, etc., the experts do that. Okay. And don't take this project and break somebody's head and tell my name or the coordinator names. Okay. This non-invasive mode, we normally use it. So this is the overall environment. Like, how do you see? We have a subject or a patient. Subject, what sort of application? Subject can be a generic, what suits for both. Then we have my BC interactive system and a front end. Can somebody tell me what is my front end device? 2 minutes, madam. I'll stop. 2 minutes. What could my one is lie detector. One possible device application. This is my input where data comes from. This is my BCS setup. This is my device. Front end device could be what? One is like lie detector. Another could be what? Another application like smart wheelchair. A smart wheelchair for a paralyzed patient who cannot move or walk, whose limbs are paralyzed. We can control the wheelchair based on his real-time brain signals. So that could be one such application we can have here, right? Have a paralyzed patient can control his wheelchair from his brain signals because he is immobile. Because he is immobile, locked in, or etc. Other sort of application. There's a simple TTD feedback system, like we have thought translation device, and how do we have a data to be collected on a real time? There is a feedback screen and how the data to be recorded, and then like subject wise, there is a subject, trial 1, trial 2. Each subject we see the signal for a short trials, and subject 1, trial 1, trial 2, trial 3, and multiple trials. About 15 to 20 trials you can have. So multiple subjects and multiple trials, you can have the data to be recorded, and accordingly how we are going to have. So as I've already highlighted, there are different type of modulation techniques we have. And because we're out of the time, one simple application. This is very, very important. Neural prosthetic and neural rehabilitation techniques that we can have as an application from the brain-computer interface. This is very, very emerging topic. How people record the brain signals or motor signals. Can someone tell me what is motor cortex? You're not a biology class, but you have studied biology. How the motor movements in the body is monitored or controlled by the real-time brain signals from the motor cortex, which is a location for memory and thoughts, both, either ways, motor cortex. So how this EMG type of signals, etc., can be captured, and then they are like, there is some Arduino or Raspberry Pi, same small processor or a microprocessor, microcontroller can have, and then you can just fine tune this. You can have some accurate machine learning model, which real-time control the human brain thoughts, and then control the device accordingly. The person with such a disability can be normal for a while. This very, very emerging application. People have come to up to 90-95% accuracy on several age group people, several type of subjects. And retinal implants, I think that's a long way to go. I'm talking about this now, one of the very useful slide or important slide. You should understand the benchmark models of human brain, these states of vigilance. We have alpha, beta, theta, delta, etc. When somebody is alert, when somebody is relaxing, when somebody is sleeping, when somebody is alert, how do we see beta waves? Somebody is relaxing, alpha waves. Who has now beta waves? Please raise your hands. Who has beta waves? Raise your hands. Those who have no beta waves, they can leave the hall, which means nobody's alert. That guy who is theta waves, stand up. Yes. So now tell me what sort of application I can have using such a different states of vigilance. If we can use a simple application like I can use these theta waves or delta waves, whatever it is, we can have a safe driving management system integrated with a brain-computer interface and machine learning model. Hardly require basics of IoT, a bit of embedded systems and IoT, and basics in signal processing, and deep understanding of deep learning, machine learning models, and a BCS system. It's a very, very interdisciplinary application. I can develop such a safe driving management system where a driver, whenever he's driving a four-wheeler, we can have a voice, we can have a wearable EEG devices where it is real-time control. And the moment we have seen theta or delta such a waves, we can have a voice alert system that it alerts the driver that you are sleepy, you take rest for some time. Only then the vehicle moves. It's like an interactive system, because nowadays we're talking about autonomous system. So that's not a very difficult thing to communicate to a processor and so on. So. And similarly, delta waves and these REM type signal. If you ask whether you had a dream last night, only you can say you had a dream. If I ask you what time you had a dream, you cannot say, even though you had a dream. So next day, if I before you go to bed, if I connect an electrode wire, there's something like a wearable device, something like a easy cap wearable device. Next day, we can say you had a dream. You had a dream between like 3:30 a.m. to 4 a.m. to just monitor the reasons for sleep amnesia problems and other sort of healthcare applications and all. We can have this sort of research here. And like you say, yes, all these different sets of wisdoms, each has its predefined ranges and frequencies. Beta, like we have 13 to 30, alpha, 8 to 13, theta, different. Each has its own range. The complete operating environment of all those, application what you are talking about. Here it is shown for a smart wheelchair. A smart wheelchair and integrated IoT system for a paralyzed or immobile or a logged in patient who cannot walk or move. And we can have an interactive system where their thoughts can be analyzed and interpreted, and accordingly the wheelchair is controlled. So as I mentioned, channel selection is very, very important altogether. Either hemispheres, all those 4 labs, lot of channels are identified. You cannot expect, like you switch on the fan and not expect light to be on. Therefore, you have to understand what is the cognitive functions and features of the biological structure of the human brain. Only then you know exactly where to take the data from. Similarly, game playing and distributed reality, virtual reality, training a subject for some intellectual abilities, a lot of applications are there. As I mentioned, so mostly we are dealing with non-invasive. Please, that's very important. And we don't easily go for an application of invasive mode of data acquisition. And wearable devices now. As I mentioned, wearable devices have become like very, very, as I mentioned, everything wired becomes wireless next day. So we had wired devices. Now we are going to wireless devices, where I can use if there is a person who discharged from the hospital. Previously, he had undergone for some psychological complications. Now he discharged, I can have a simple wearable EEG device, something like a cap or something like that. Then the moment he is abnormal again, the patient who had psychological complications, if he is abnormal again, There can be an alert system from that particular, I mean, here to that device to mobile phone by Bluetooth. Once it comes to mobile phone by mobile networks, it can go everywhere, right? So you can have a smart, like what you can say, wearable system, virtual patient monitoring system for such a psychological complications or mental state analysis of persons, something like that. Okay. And what is shown here is a single channel EEG device. Huh? This is available in Amazon also. Maybe you can buy this. This costing around 15,000 rupees something. You can start on a single channel, which means I can take data at a time from one channel. All are looking here. I'm talking about this. Don't look at the iPad. I'm talking about this. Okay. So it's like single channel wearable EEG device system. That's all. I think we can game playing and you can be part of the game using your brain thoughts, not using mouse and keyboards, etc. In the future, as I mentioned, this domain has a lot of impact and wide coverage, unlike the other domains. Just imagine if I can have a universal algorithm or a model that says with 100% accuracy whether somebody is lying or not. All court cases solved on a single day. See the coverage of this domain and application part of that. Therefore, but same time, this domain has a lot of pros and cons same time. Can you imagine, as I mentioned, somebody can read your ATM PIN number from your human brain. See what will happen, right? So just imagine what happens if wives can read husbands' brains. Courts are flooded with divorce cases, right? Am I correct? Yes. What happens if such a technology goes such a level and husbands are monitored by a device the moment he thinks of another girl, his wife gets an alert message. That day night he cannot go home, maybe for a week. So just imagine the ethical and privacy issues involved here. A lot of things are there. So there is a lot of issues in future, but anyhow, still we are a long way to go to that. Why? Because so far what we have understood is less than 1% of what is there in the human brain. So there is a long way to go. So there are some references and that's all. Any doubts, please? Like.
Thank you, sir, for all your insightful words. You explained us from a very simple terms like basic data and information, by which even a non-CS student can easily understand. Isn't it, students? Sir started from very basic words like data and information, which even a non-CS can understand. Now, it's time to honor our keynote speaker with a shawl and the shield. I request Sri V. Sanjeev Kumar sir and Sri B. Chakravarti sir and RVS sir, Sureka ma'am, Jyoti ma'am, and all other faculty present here to felicitate our keynote speaker. I also request Sri P. Vijay Kumar sir, academic coordinator, to please felicitate sir. I request all the honorable members to honor our keynote speaker with a shawl and memento. Students, please clap. Thank you, sir. We thank our keynote speaker for all your insightful words. Once again, a great applause to our keynote speaker, sir. Within short time, we'll move on to the second technical session. Now we are going to start our second technical session by Dr. B. Hemasundar Rajgaru from NIT Silchar. I request Sri R.V. Satyanarayana sir to introduce about the speaker. Welcome, sir.
Hello, may I audible?
Audible, sir.
Okay, right, thank you.
First of all, I accept our apology for being late, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to introduce our esteemed resource person for today's session, Dr. B. Hemasundar Raju, a distinguished academician and researcher in the field of mathematics. Dr. Hemasundar Raju is currently serving as an assistant professor in the Department of Mathematics at the National Institute of Technology, Silchar, Assam. He brings with him more than 25 years of rich teaching experience and over 15 years of active research experience, making him a highly respected figure in academics and research. He completed his PhD from Pondicherry Central University and has served in several reputed institutions such as BBC Engineering College, Geetham's, Vijnan's Foundations for Science, Technology and Research before joining NIT Silchar. Dr. Raju's area of specialization include numerical methods, computational fluid dynamics, mathematical modeling, heat transfer, mixed convection flows, and magnetohydrodynamics. His research work focuses on applying advanced mathematical techniques to solve real-world engineering problems. He has published extensively in reputed international journals and edited volumes, and his research contributions include studies on magnetic field effects on convective flows and force convection, heat transfer around spheres. He has also successfully guided several PhD scholars and postgraduate students, contributing significantly to academic and research development. What truly sets Dr. Raju apart is his ability to bridge theoretical concepts with practical applications, making complex ideas simple and understandable for students and researchers alike. His dedication to teaching, research, and mentoring has inspired many young minds in the field of mathematics and engineering sciences. On behalf of the organizing committee, it is my proud privilege to extend a warm and a hearty welcome to Dr. B. Hemasundar Raju, sir. Welcome, sir, and we look forward to your enlightened session.
Thank you, RVS. So may I start the session?
Yes, sir. You can start the session, sir.
Okay. I will share them. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
So thank you, RVS sir, for introducing me. Now I will start my session. Today I want to introduce a higher order compact finite difference scheme for solving convection diffusion equation. First, this is the outline of my presentation: introduction, literature review, motivation, higher order compact scheme, model problem, and some references. So most of the problems in fluid dynamics are fluid flows and heat transfer. Models are a type of convection diffusion type only. So I want to introduce a numerical method based on finite difference. We are dividing the entire domain into different grid points. At each and every grid point, we are expressing as a finite difference, and we are using a Taylor series. Some truncation error will be there. let them see different orders of schemes, second order and fourth order I want to introduce. Is it audible now? Yes?
Yes, sir, it's audible, sir.
Yes. So this is the type of grid we are constructing. We are dividing the grid. Generally, we are solving the entire domain. X is 0 to 1, Y 0 to 1. We will make it into 0 to 1 as a n equal intervals. So K is the distance between the two grid points in the direction of Y, and I will take H is the grid point in the direction of X. So if you in textbook, so many schemes are there, second order central different schemes. If you apply this one, we are getting a, for calculating Ij, we are using 5 points, I minus 1, I plus 1, Ij plus 1, J minus 1. So if you apply this one, we are getting a 5-point stencil. It is a, finally we are getting a 5 pentadiagonal system we are getting. This is very well known in textbooks. If you go for increasing the order, so if you go for central difference itself, if it is go to a 9 banded matrix, so if it is central, there are points I plus 1, one step or two step also there, I minus 2, I plus 2, J plus 2, J minus 2. So if you go to the near boundary, it will go beyond the stencil. So there is a difficulty to getting the ghost point. So to handle, this can be handled, but you have to take care about the near boundaries. Instead of that, we will go for compact scheme. Our target is this one. We are not going beyond the scale. There is no ghost point. I am using for calculating Ij. So there are 9 points around this. I plus 1, J plus 1, I minus 1 like this. This is the 9-point stencil, which is compact. We want to try to solve this with this scheme, with this stencil. So some literature review is there. I don't want to discuss much about literature. Just I will skipping. So why you have to use the higher order compact scheme? Because due to high accuracy, we are getting the solution even in smaller grids. No need to high grid. 20, even 64, 24, 32, 64, 129 also, we are getting a good solution. And we are making 9 diagonal matrix into 2 tridiagonal matrix by using pseudo-time iteration technique. So it is unconditionally stable, and this scheme is applicable for even for fluid flows of high RE. Here RE is the Reynolds number. It is a ratio of inertial force to viscous force, but in mathematically it is a constant. We are varying RE in the equation. We are getting different solutions. So this is the most standard equation in all fluid problems or heat transfer problem arise. So this is in the form of called a convection diffusion equation. So minus dou square phi by dou x square minus dou square phi by dou y square plus c into dou phi by dou x plus d into dou phi by dou y equal to f. Here f is a function. Forcing function is a function of xy. C and d are variable functions of x and y. For first time, try to describe this equation using by making C and D constant. First, for simplicity, then I will make it C and D is variable. Here, this first 2 terms is the convective terms, and second 2 terms is the first 2 terms are diffusion, and second 2 terms are convection. C and D are convective coefficient. F is the forcing function. So we are converting this into algebraic equation. Finally, system of algebraic equation will come. At each and every point, one equation will come, and we will convert it into finite difference using Taylor series. So this is the, I will take I is in x direction, j is the variable in y direction. So I will expand pi I plus 1j, pi I minus 1j. Here j is fixed, I is varying. I will expand Taylor series about h. Pi I plus 1 means pi plus h. Pi I minus 1 means pi at x minus h. So I will expand the Taylor series. So for I minus 1 and I plus 1, from this I will manage. I will subtract these two, equation 3 and 2 in the next. So this is the subtraction. After simplification, we are getting the right side. There is a term, last term, this is h power 5 by 5, fifth order term. I will truncate it here, order of h power 5, neglecting fifth order h power 5 or higher order powers. So we are getting truncated at the order of h power 5. From that, I will calculate dou 5 by dou x. We are getting this equation. And here h power 5 by h will come. So order of h power 4 will come. This is the central difference, second order. And this is the truncation term we are getting. This is the for first order derivative. This is the fourth order formula for central difference formula fourth order for first order derivative. If you go for similarly for adding these two, we are getting second order. For second order derivative, this is the formula for fourth order differential formula for second order. If we vary j, so instead of k, we are taking j. Here it is a printing mistake, it is not x, it is y. This is also y. So this is the first derivative, fourth order difference. This is second derivative in terms of x and y. Here h is the variable, where step size. Here with respect to y, k is the step size. So for simplicity, I will take h and k throughout because we are taking a unit cube. X is varies from 0 to 1, y varies from 0 to 1. So I will apply these derivatives here. So here it is converted into a difference equation. So by taking h equal to, for simplicity, this is the fourth order formula for first order derivative with respect to x. Second order, this is the second order with respect to y. The c into first order with respect to x, d into first order with respect to y. Right side is a forcing function. Now this third order derivatives as well as fourth order derivatives I can calculate from the given equation. So just I will differentiate this equation with respect to x and y one time, dou q by dou x, dou q 5 by dou x cube. With respect to y, with this dou q 5 by dou y cube. You write with respect to x twice and twice y. So we are getting this is the equations. Here C and D are constant at present. And this value of in second derivative dou q 5 by dou x cube is there. Substitute here. As in second derivative with respect to y, so dou q 5 by dou y cube is there. This one also we substitute. After that, we are substituting all these values in this equation. We are getting a fourth order final difference formula of this type. Here C is a constant, h is the step size in terms of in the direction of x as well as y also, both are same. So this is a finally, here h square is there. This is second order, this is second order, this is also second order, this is also second order. H square by 6, this bracket is there. So because this h square is there, to maintain h power 4, this bracket, this mixed derivative terms are approximated by second order. So that finally we are getting in terms of second order differences only. And I will solve the system. This is a 9-banded matrix. So if you want to solve Gauss-Seidel, Gauss-Jacobi is there. If the system is diagonally dominant. If it is not diagonally dominant, you make it into conjugate gradient method. If the matrix is symmetric and positive definite. If the matrix is not at all symmetric, at least it is non-singular, a square matrix, then you go for conjugate grade stabilized method. So now my target is to evaluate this one with where C and D are constants. If we variables, if C is made as a function of xy and D is function of xy, then little bit complication will come, little bit lengthiness will come. We proceed, and here the derivatives will become little bit lengthy. Here because you have to apply product rule, because constant I am not applying here. We repeat the story and simplify. So we are getting this type of fourth order distillation will come. -1 plus Aij into this into this. So where Aij are giving this, these are all central differences, second order only. This is the thing. So if you make it simply, here Aij, BBJ, CGJ, DDDJ, capital F J is 0. So it becomes second order. So the main advantage, if you having any second order code with you, you can easily manipulate easily by changing the coefficient, so that we cannot much difference is coming. You can easily handle the fourth order. If second order code is there, I can manage just changing the code with the constant terms, coefficients only. Here instead of -1, I am taking simply -1 plus Aij. And this is a 9 diagonal matrix. and we have to solve the system. So for conveniently, what I am doing, everybody knows very simple thing. One of the system to solve the algebraic equation is tridiagonal matrix algorithm. We are having one forward elimination and one backward substitution is there. With that, you can easily solve. So for making 9 diagonal matrix into, I will convert it into 2 tridiagonal matrix so that I can handle very easy. This is not mandatory because for simplicity, I am doing like that. So by using some pseudo-time derivatives I am using, the phi t. So I will discretize with this with forward formula, first order forward in time. And I will simplify this one and make it into one equation. Here the right side is a, left side is a, this is the matrix. And with the coefficients is given by the discretization already. And this is 9 banded matrix. It is difficult to say, not difficult, but I want to convert it into 2 tridiagonal matrix. So I will split into simple manner in x direction and y direction like this. So this is the extra term you are getting because it is happening because of splitting. I will adjust both sides LH is equal to RH. This is the extra term will come. This is simply other than minus. Whatever the matrix you are getting it, with minus it is coming. This is also matrix, with minus it will come. So I can handle very easily. Now the second bracket into G, phi n plus 1, I make it as G. So that this will be G, so that it will come G. It will be built into 2 system of equations. Simple tridiagonal system. One is in x, y direction and another is x sweep. This is x sweep, this is y sweep, and 23 is a y sweep equation and 24 is the x sweep equation. First I will solve 24 equation by using tridiagonal matrix algorithm with GI. After getting GI, I will make it into right side in 23 and I will solve phi I. I will solve 2 times. One is x sweep and another is y sweep to get the solution. So this is that I want to do. Just I will take one simple problem. So this is the developed by taken from the work by Jung and Jha. 15 reference is there. He's taking the coefficients. C is RE into 2y minus 1, 1 minus x square. D is this. And the domain is x0 to 1, y0 to 1. Unit square is taken. And R is the Reynolds number. Less than it is a constant. This is the forcing function is taking. And he is considering the 4 boundary conditions, 4 sides. And this is the exact solution. So I will discrete and I will replace the boundary conditions, and this one all C is replaced by this D and F. And the boundary condition I apply. This is the discrete boundary conditions I can directly apply, and I solve the system. So I taken different grids, 17 by 17, 33, 64 grid, 129 by 120. I including boundary. If we exclude boundary, it is 16 by 16, 32 by 32, 64 by 64, and 28 by 28. I will run the program for different REs with both the second order as well as its fourth order. So this is the values you get. Particularly at this point, I will collect the data. 0.5, x is 0.5 and y is 0.5. This is the exact value. And as grid refines, it approaching to the exact value for RE100. And so for RE100, this is CD, second order, this is fourth order, this is second order, this is fourth order, CD and fourth order. Almost as grid refines, the value approaching to this. If you go for at the point 0.5 and 0.5, you can take it as a absolute error. You calculate the original exact value is there already. This is the exact value. I am taking one different grids and calculating the absolute value of this minus this, and the absolute error is coming here. This is for second order. This is for fourth order. We can easily observe this because of order of accuracy. We truncated at order of h square in CDR. If you HOC truncated at order of h power 4. So here the error is here 0.7, here 0.5, here 0.12, here 0.1, 0.3, 0.09, 0.08, 0.000. See here there is a large difference between error. This is the error is decreasing in h power 4 is more than this. And I validated the scheme with the exact solution. The dark line is the exact solution. And I will take 129 by 129 grid, the solution with at the point y 0.5, x is varying. At y 0.5 line, x is varying, x0 to 1. I will take the solution and compare with the exact solution, and it is for RE for the parameter RE500. It is matching with the exactly with the exact solution. And this is the counter plot I have compared with the exact solution and HOCS fourth order. And this is the surface plot. So X, Y, Z, and U, like that. U is in the taken of X, Y, Z. This is the original and exact and HOCS. So this is the references I have given. If any questions are there, I will answer now. Hello?
Thank you, sir, for delivering.
Yes.
Thank you, Hamusundar, sir, for delivering such a well.
Yes. Any questions?
Have you anybody have any queries? Please ask.
Yes. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable talk on this session. Sir, you have covered all the topics like grid points and higher order compact schemes and second order central differential equations and traditional systems and problem discussions, model problems, and with the complete solutions you have given. Thank you for enlightening us. Thank you, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir, nobody have any queries. Thank you for the contribution. We sincerely appreciate your technical session.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
May I sign down? May I sign out?
Yes, sir.
Right.
This brings us to the lunch break. Participants are requested to reassemble by 2 o'clock for the afternoon sessions. Please go for the lunch break.